Well, just really, really good softball game. I know from their end, the four errors probably puts a sour taste into their mouth. But really good Florida State team. I mean, we knew that this was going to be a grind. We knew that this would take everything that we've got. It did. I've got a lot of respect for Lonnie and her staff and those kids. It just the ball just went our way today, and make no mistake, we earned it. We took it. We had to take it. They were not going to give this thing away, and I knew in the last inning there that it was going to take all we had. That happened to us last week too. We gave up a home run late, but that big third run in the seventh, or I'm sorry, the sixth, for us, I thought was a crucial run, and I'm just so proud of these kids here. These two kids that Sam, who came here to join us, and Maddie Sue, who really got this proud tradition back, dusted this stuff off, cleaned it off, worked her tail off, done it all here, great in school, holds records that only a couple kids in the Big 12 have. I'm so proud of our conference. We've been the third rated conference my whole time here for the last 12 years, I think. It prepares us to play in this. We don't have as many teams, otherwise I think we'd be rated higher. But it's prepared us to be in these moments, playing OUs and Texases and Baylors and Iowa States and Texas Techs and Kansases. It's prepared us, and playing a great schedule. So just really excited for these kids. They have earned this. They told me that they wanted to be coached like a championship team, and not everybody wants that. It's not easy. It's not always the easy road, and it's lonely at times. And so I'm just proud of what they committed to, proud of what they accomplished, and super excited for all of our fans and alumni.
Kenny, is it safe to say that Cheyenne lived up to her name as a big factor?
Yeah, that's a good one. I had a big talk with Shy today. I actually walked up to her before we started, today. I said, I need you to look at me and tell me if you want to hit or not. Because I didn't like her look in her eye yesterday at all. And she's really got ice water in her veins. But yesterday when we hit early, then we took BP, her look was terrible. I didn't coach well. I should have taken her out. I saw it. She didn't feel good, her swing. And I saw her first at-bat. I should have taken her out. I'm getting better at that. And I just challenged her here today and said, hey, I don't need anything spectacular. I just need good at-bats. She's way beyond her years. I think these girls will tell you that. She's had crucial hits for us, crucial at-bats all year. Man, that home run was huge. I felt the wind come out of their sail after that home run, and I just able to strike first. That's what they're used to. They're used to striking first. They score a ton of runs early. We did a great job of minimizing that, Shy was a big part of that.
Kenny, you talked last night about you didn't think either team hit especially well, but it was just the mistakes your team made and they didn't make. I would say the same was mostly true today, just to see your team be the team in the big moment on the big stage to play that clean game.
Yeah, I think it is the truth. I mean, the team who plays clean wins. And we didn't play clean. We weren't very good in the circle just as far as getting tight. We weren't. She wasn't quite as sharp. Zone was tight. It's normal. It happens in this kind of stuff. And they punished us. And I felt like we took advantage of them here today. And we took advantage of their miscues. So that's what this is all about. It's going to take us to play our best games to beat any of these teams left. I mean, we're just who we've got to be.
Sam.
Go ahead, Bob.
Kenny talked about the Florida State offense. It seems like you and then Simonek did a really good job of keeping them off balance with off-speed pitches. Was that the plan?
No. I mean, I'm the type of person where I really trust in what Jeff's calling, and I know that whatever he's calling is what needs to be called to get the batter out. I love it. We have different off speeds, it's not the same. I throw, more of a changeup, and she has a little bit of an up movement to hers, and I can't be more proud of Logan Simonek. She has stepped up. She's proved herself in these past couple weeks to who she is. Coming in relief and just shutting teams down.
Kenny and Sam talked about it. From Logan to get put into that situation, the first pitch she had, and then to kind of bounce back like she did. Just what's that say about her in that moment to handle it as well as she did?
Oh, it was awesome. And I want to go back to your question about Sam, too. We didn't throw many change-ups with her today. Did we throw any?
One.
One.
We didn't throw much yesterday either.
Yeah, and I think she was frustrated. She wanted to throw more, but Jeff and I talked, and we felt like they were trying to really make an adjustment on that. And so we tried to tie them up, and Logan is just, when she throws that pitch right, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. So your question again? So I wanted to make sure.
About just Logan, and I mean, from her first
Yeah.
pitch, sailing it to handling the moment and
Yeah.
bounce it back.
I remember recruiting her when I got here, and I went into this old beat-up barn where she was throwing with her team, and it was just okay. It was 56 to 58. It wasn't very, but it had this up spin. It had something there that I was like, whoa. And I saw this frame, this long frame. I met her mom, who's like 6'2", and I was like,
She's a big lady.
this kid has got a chance.
Yeah.
And now she sits 64 to 66. She's got a third speed now, which she just enhanced this fall, right before the season. And she just doesn't care. She has ice water in her veins. She just doesn't care. She could give up 8 runs and you would not know. And she just shut down one of the most prolific offenses in the country, and you wouldn't know. She's just who she is. So she's just a hidden jewel that we found, and that Jeff's really worked hard to get better, and she's committed to getting stronger. And we got a lot of that on this team.
Eddie, Sue, I asked you last night what it would feel like to get back, or to get this program back to Oklahoma City. So, how's it feel?
It's kind of weird. I don't think I've really felt it yet, but it's a lot better doing it on this side than being the one that lost. But I think we've been working for it all year. We've been for the girls, and that's really what we're trying to do is get each other there. So I think we did that.
Kenny, what kind of imprint has Sam put on this program? I know the season's not over, but how do you look at the growth of this team and the impact she's had?
I think what Sam did for some of us, and Sue, you can kind of say this too. She's kind of a polarizing person. She kind of just walks to her own tune. She does her own deal. She kind of maybe even took Sue and maybe Lynch kind of out of their comfort zone just a bit. They kind of at times look at her and go, "Whoa, she's got a lot to say." But I think what happened is when Sue and Lynch and Elise, when those kids kind of like truly welcomed her and really said, "Hey, all she wants to do is win." When that happened, that's when this team really took off and really fell in love with each other. And they really rallied behind her. Sue's not a very vocal person. She lets her bat and her glove talk. But when she talks, we listen. Sam's a little bit of the opposite. You know what I mean? She's going to talk. Sometimes it's not always what I want to hear, but I love it. I love it because she's coachable. And it comes from a place of, all I want to do is win, and I want to win for you. And I think they believe that. She'll say stuff. She kind of had a little comment for me on the mound here today, and I just told her to shut up. I said, "We got you, okay?" But it's her competitiveness and how she goes about her stuff. She just wears it right here, and so her impact is going to be felt for a long time, like Sue's and Lynch's and these kids that have been here, and it's cool to see that a kid can come in here and gel, be coachable, and truly fall in love with her teammates and everybody around here. She's embraced it from day one.
When did
share
that?
that comment on the mound?
No.
When did that acceptance of Sam occur?
Towards the end of the fall.
So this season?
Yes, this
Yes.
is my first season here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Was there a moment or?
I think that some of us had a meeting and just kind of wanted to talk to each other about different things, and like, we just let each other know that if we took what she was saying and not necessarily, like, how she said it really, or just like how she was saying it and whatnot, if you understood where she was coming from and it was for the best of the team, and that she wants to win for us, that we will go a long way. And I just think, like, after that, the next, like, month, we realized people, like, actually trying to understand who Sam was and, like, why she was saying what she was saying and how it could help them. And that's when our team just started going on a rise.
Sam, were you part of that meeting, or was that a separate deal?
Was I part of that meeting?
No.
No.
Because we wanted people to understand who she was, right?
Yeah.
So we were just like,
I
you
knew
got to
about it.
listen.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
told them, like, you got to listen to her, and, like, what she's saying is good, and we need that. And not necessarily all the time how she says it. We love her.
Tone.
But what she's saying is good for us.
They talk a lot about what they've learned from you. What have you learned from them? How have you sort of put yourself in as the whole team?
Good question.
It's not really about softball. It's more about the relationships that I've made and how I've grown as an individual. I've never been someone to make friends easy, and I can say every person on this team I am very good friends with and I trust with, like, my life. And that's a big thing for me, to come into a program far from home, and, like, these girls are my family, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. One thing that Jeff and I had to talk about at the beginning of the fall is, which kind of flipped around for me and trying to put myself out there more, is he wanted some of these girls in my wedding. Like, he wanted them to be standing next to me, and I think that a couple of them would be, and we've reached that goal. But like he's always told me, the softball's gonna happen. I'm gonna do whatever, but it's the relationships and the bonds that I make with the people around me, and being able to take what I've learned here with building relationships into my future.
Coach, the margin for being on the happy side of this and the losing side of this is pretty slim. Is that, knowing that, does that make it more, do you appreciate it more? Do you kind of enjoy it more? Do you encourage them to enjoy it more?
I don't know. We've just tried to stay normal. I felt like last night, after watching our game twice this morning, didn't sleep. I slept good, and then I woke up early. My daughter was crying all night and driving me nuts, and probably fell asleep. And I woke up, and I just, after watching the video again, I felt like they looked the first day. I felt like they were kind of timid, maybe a little bit tight, and we were loose. We were playing with nothing to lose. And then last night, they came out, and we looked like we were playing for something to lose. And I just told these kids, I said, they have everything to lose here. I mean, they're trying to repeat. They've got a sustainable program. They are really good. They're a really good staff. They'll have these kids ready to go. But we needed to be us. And I saw the look in their eyes after last night. I told them on our bus before we got off, I said, if I'd have told you in the fall that it's going to come down to one game to go to OKC, would you just take that right now? And every one of them smiled, and they looked at me, and they said, yeah. And I said, then let's go, because that's where it's at. And we went in and had dinner. We had music going. It was fun. They had their families around. We had alumni around. It's what it's all about. And we got up this morning, had breakfast, was able to figure out how I wanted to speak to them here today, and what about. And I felt like the message was good, and it was real, and it was fair. And it was fair for all of us, because I think I was a little bit like that too, now that I go back and look. And that's part of what I like, to do. I want to have growth too. I'm not. I've been lucky. I've been on a lot of championships. Been as a player, as a coach, and been around a lot. Been around a lot of winners. And the margin of error is always this much this time of year. And like I told them, the team who plays clean. I mean, we have a lot of errors in like on our stats as compared to Florida's, Florida State's, OU's. We don't strike anybody out. So you put a shutdown arm or a strikeout arm with our team, we won't make errors. We have a lot of chances. We went in, to series with teams where our second baseman had 40 less chances than their whole team. And that's nuts. So this team has played very good softball, and since conference play, our defense has been spot on, and that's who we are, and that's what wins these games. I mean, Gordon smashed that ball, and the fact that it was right at us, you got to have those type of breaks to make things happen, and every championship run has them.